Hey everybody, I am Ronnie Sanders. I am the CEO and Managing Director of Power Music Radio, and we're online at www.powermusic, music is spelled with a Z, M-U-Z-I-C, radio.com. And we're a 24-hour internet radio station, excited about what we do, play lots of R&B, Southern soul, gospel, and jazz, and alternative jazz, smooth jazz. There's a lot of avenues to jazz, but we try and touch base on all the different aspects of the genre so that you can get a good full collection of your favorite tunes. Also, we have a passion about independent artists, and we're excited that we can provide a platform for independent artists to be able to showcase their music. And I think it's really important, independent artists do have some challenges on getting heard. And so joining that platform with other radio stations that support independent artists is one of our passions. And our other passion is about the businesses and organizations in Connecticut and around the country, I shouldn't say just Connecticut, who are working very hard to support the community. So, but right now, tonight, I am so honored that I'm getting a chance and the opportunity to talk with Chris Big Dog Davis. And so, Chris, I want to say hi and welcome to Power Music Radio. How are you tonight?
Thank you for having me. I am elated to be here. I'm happy, excited to do this incredible interview.
It's a pleasure, I'm telling you. I was looking at your bio, and there is so many different things that you have done over the years. So, just a question before you introduce yourself, I'd like you to give the listeners, a little history of who you are. But how many years have you been in the business?
In the music business, it's about, I would say, maybe 23 to 25 years. It's getting close to 25 years, yeah. The music business of it, yeah.
Oh, and you're from Connecticut?
Yeah, born in Waterbury, Connecticut, at Waterbury Hospital. I am the son of James and Mary Davis. My parents, that was their name.
And now you live in Connecticut. Now you're still in Connecticut?
Yes, I'm still in Connecticut. I'm in up here by Hartford. I'm in Simsbury now, Simsbury, Connecticut.
Okay, beautiful place. And I was in Connecticut too, so born and raised in Hartford.
Oh, Hartford, nice.
And so are you prepared for the weather coming up?
The weather?
Yeah, the weather, the snow and everything.
I've been in Connecticut for a while, so I'm used to it. I kind of like the snow. I like winter. It's great for riding, and out here it's very beautiful when it snows.
And so it just seems like it's quiet and peaceful when it snows, when you get the heavy snow.
Oh yeah, just very beautiful. That's not even being here. When I was young, I always liked the snow. I'm a East Coast boy.
Oh, okay.
I go through all the falls, all the seasons.
That's one of the great things about Connecticut is all the seasons.
Yeah, you got the seasons here.
Yeah.
All four, yeah.
So, Chris, you do a lot of things in the industry, producer and everything. So I'd like you to, that 30-second, you've heard of the 30-second elevator speech.
Yeah, yeah.
So, my curiosity is, can you give a, synopsis of everything that you do in 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds, that may take a little longer.
I think so.
But little history about me real quick. I started playing when I was 4 years old. My parents says that it was, a gift. We all are blessed with gifts. But my mother was so intuitive to see there's something about what he has is a little different. You know what I mean? So she got me into schools in Waterbury that was teaching music, and there was a elder lady that was in the public school teaching, and her name was Miss Baskerville.
Okay.
That was my first piano teacher, and she was Black. This is like in 1964.
Okay.
So they had music teachers back then. You know,
Mhm.
they don't have too many now
Right.
in the schools, but it was a class, and so she's seen my talent, she's seen my gift. So I started studying with her, and I studied with her for like 4 years. I was like from 6 to I was 10 years old. And then they got me to a lady in Waterbury named Miss Grossman. Miss Grossman was a white Jewish woman. She lived in the upper side of Waterbury. Mm-hmm. And that's where my classical training became in from Miss Grossman. I was with her from 10 to I was like 18 years old. So I studied with her. She was good. I didn't like her because she told my mother that I never practiced. So my mother used to spank my hands all the time with that. But it turned out good though. So, because I wanted to go outside with the other kids and play. And my mom was like, nah, Miss Grossman said your teaching and the way you played the song wasn't good. So I had to stay in house and practice. So that was Miss Grossman. Miss Grossman got me into an after school program in New Haven that Yale ran for the gifted kids. So I was like 14 years old, and I was going to Yale University, going to a class there, and Professor Wesley was the professor who from Yale. Now he was a Black gentleman too, who taught me for the next 4 years, from 14 until I was like 18 years old. And then I went to, I told Miss Grossman, because she was still with me, that I wanted to do something else, because from 8 years old till I was 18, it was just classical. But my parents was gospel. So I played in church a lot. So I wanted to do something different. So Ms. Grossman said, what about jazz? I was like, yeah, that'll be nice. So I started studying with the famous sax player, Jackie McLean from Hartford. So I was up there at his house on Blue Hills Road. My mother used to drive me up there, and Jackie McLean taught me the classical part of it. And so I put all this together. And once I learned all this in 1980, I went in the Marine Corps. I was like, forget the music. I want to go do something different.
Really?
After doing all that, in 1980, me and my cousin went to serve our country.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wanted to do that. So I got out of there in 1983, and I ran to music after I got out of the Marine Corps. I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
You didn't do music while you were in the service?
No, because I wanted to get away from music, because everything was music to me. Growing up, you know, it's just so much, and I just wanted to do something different. So I got in the Marine Corps, and I was a truck driver. So I drove the deuce in the quarters and stuff like that. I didn't touch a keyboard when I was I never let them know that I play keyboard.
Really?
Nope, wasn't that. They just know me. That's when I got my name, Big Dog. I became like a weightlifter. I started putting on weight. I started training. That's what I became in the service. No keyboard. No mention of the keyboard. Only M16s. Pick up the gun, private. That's right. you're in the Marine Corps now, and you're here to serve our country. So I got out of there, and I came home 1983, and then in 1985 I moved to Iowa with my oldest brother, Des Moines, Iowa. And that's where I began to learn all the music business. I came back home and I put this all together, and here we are. So those are the music business, the talent of music, and that's where the engineering, mixing, arrangement, composers, all of that is involved in all those years of how I got here to where I'm at now.
Now, during your youth and, up until you were 18, at any point in time, did you think that this is what you wanted to do? At where you are right now, was that a goal that you were
No,
thinking of?
no, no. I was searching.
Okay.
I knew I was gifted.
Mhm.
There's a lot of kids. We all have that, but I had a very strict parent,
Mhm.
and she knew. My mother knew. She's like, there's something different about this kid here.
Okay.
We have She had 10 kids.
What?
Yeah, 4 of them passed away and 6 lived.
Okay.
So I had 5 brothers and 1 sister. So they all are talented. They all in their own little way.
Mhm.
And yeah, my mother stuck with me, and it pushed me, like, so yeah.
A mother knows.
Yeah, back then I wasn't thinking about music. I was thinking about music, but not, I knew I had talent, just like all the kids today. They
Uh-huh.
know they got talent, but it's the more of the visionary of someone setting you aside and go, hey, you got some talent. I think you can do something. That's with everything: basketball, being a lawyer, dentist, whatever you want to do. My mother, she was on point with that. So that's what helped me in my older age. But when I was like 18, I wanted to be a teenager like everybody else.
Okay. So now, when you said when you got out of the service, you came back, and that's when you started learning the music business. Were you when you
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
Iowa?
it was a different type of situation. Once I got out of the Marine Corps, I came home. I had a family. I
Okay.
was married, and so I had kids. So I started a little job. I used to work downtown Waterbury as a security guard,
Okay.
just trying to make the ends meet. And
Mhm.
but I knew that it has to be something bigger. And then something happened that changed that. Like my first big gig was I got the call for Brian McKnight. That was my first biggest job ever. I went from a security guard to on Soul Train, Rosie O'Donnell with Brian McKnight. So that was a huge leap for me.
So how did
Huge.
Brian McKnight discover, find out about you? How
Well,
did that
just like
connect to
it's
him?
called it's called the word of mouth. And
Yeah.
God bless his soul. My good friend named Ron Lawrence from
Mhm.
New Haven, incredible guitarist. We lost him last year, this
I'm
year.
sorry to hear that.
But he called me and said, "Hey, you're gonna get a call. Brian McKnight, manager, is going to call you." I was like, "Man, get out of here! No Brian McKnight manager calling me. I got a security guard uniform on. Who, who's calling me?" He called, and I say from there, the rest is history.
An amazing history, though.
Yes,
For
well, like I
years.
said, starting from Brian McKnight, that was the first one that really got me going and said, "Yeah, I want to do this." Once I
Okay.
got there, yeah.
And so from there, I saw that, how many different artists that you've worked with. So did you travel with them? Were you writing music for them?
Yeah, it was
Directing?
more. Some I went out to when I first got started. For people to know who I am, I had to travel. So once I finished Brian McKnight, I got a call to do. It was called the Rhythm of Love Tour, and that consists of the artists was Gerald Albright, Will Downing, Vesta Williams, and Phil Perry. So those the 4 artists right there.
I have to tell
So
you, I went
yes,
to a concert that had those four artists, and it was incredible.
yeah, that was called the Rhythm of Love tour. I think it was like the
It was awesome.
90s or
Yes.
the early 2000s. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was my first time touring with them. And once I did that, I said to myself, man, I want to produce all of them, not just play with them. I
Okay.
want to produce. So my vision began to come there. And I can say this day, I don't produce all of them, every last one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and even with Gerald, we was nominated for a Grammy
Oh, okay. So now
on
let's
Slam
talk
Dunk.
about that. You're a two-time Grammy nominated artist. What was
Producer,
producer?
producer,
Sorry.
yes.
And so now, what were the songs that you were nominated for?
The first one was with my baby girl Mesa.
Oh, okay.
We did a remake of Nancy Wilson, Quiet is the Fire.
Okay.
We was nominated for that. So that was one. I produced that, did the music on that. And then the other one was called Slam Dunk. That was with Gerald Albright. And that was my two nominations.
So now, how many artists? I know I saw Kim Waters. There's other artists that you've worked with as well.
Oh
Did I
yeah.
see Kim Waters on the list?
Oh yeah. The list go forever.
Really?
I can't even remember. It's it's been I just been blessed, and it's just been my knack to work with all R&B, jazz, smooth jazz artists that is out there. So I've been very, very fortunate.
Now, do you play other instruments or is it keyboard?
Well, the keyboards have all the instruments inside them that I want.
Oh, okay.
But in high school, I was a xylophone player. I played tuba in high
Okay.
school, bass guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, I can hold a little beat on some drums. You know what I mean? But I stick to my format.
So, you know, I was thinking when I was reading about you, and I'm thinking with all the opportunities that have come your way and all the different artists that you've worked with over the years, is there one particular experience that, stays with you?
There's a couple. Um, as far as like mind blowing, it was playing a piano in Carnegie Hall.
Really? Oh,
That
nice.
yeah, that one sticks. And that one was from a professor in my hometown named Joe DePrincipe. He was a conductor, and he was conducting the symphony that Saturday afternoon for a gospel opera lady. And she was singing Amazing Grace. And I walked into a music store in Waterbury called Zeno's, and
Hmm.
I was messing around. And he came up to me and said, "Hey, sound pretty good. Would you like to do a gig with me?" I was like, "Sure." And I came over my house, brought me the sheet music, and he said, "Oh yeah, the gig's at Carnegie Hall Saturday." I was like,
Whoa.
"Huh?" And I got paid.
That's incredible.
Most prestigious. They have a picture of me outside of Carnegie Hall. I had my bow tie on. I
Really?
was very green, but I didn't know what it meant. But everyone is saying Carnegie Hall. Now I know what it was to actually be a guest and to play the piano there at Carnegie Hall. So that one was good.
Hmm.
The second one is last year or 2 years ago, a year and a half. I did Stevie Wonder tribute concert. That was at the Berks Jazz Festival.
Okay.
And during the show, Stevie called in on the big screen, and he gave me big props about doing his music. And that
Wow.
Monday, I got home. I'm sitting there and I'm so psyched, so I'm working on music, and all of a sudden, I see this phone call come in. It's like Oakland, California. So I go, "Hello." and the person go on the other line, you go, how was the show? I go, what show? He said, the show you just did. I said, the birds? He said, yeah. I said, who is this? He said, Stevie. I said, Stevie who? He said, Stevie Wonder. we talked like for 15 minutes, man. So those two things that's was very rewarding for me, and it was just good to hear someone that stature to give you your accolades in a good time while you're living. So it was good. Yeah, it was very good.
So
yeah.
are you going to write a book about your career?
No. I just put it in music.
Okay, so the music is your book.
Yeah, that's my book of life. Music right there, man. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So how did you get into what was the transition into doing CDs? How many CDs do you have out now?
Well, me as an artist, like you said, I'm a composer, producer, artist. As an artist, I only have a couple because, like I said, I'm the mad scientist behind the curtain.
Okay.
I'm just back there putting it all together, man. And every once in a while, I may come out and actually do some playing so people can see, who I am, that type of thing. But I have like 2 or 3 CDs out there for me. But there is a plethora of CDs that I produce, all types of artists, from Dave Koz, everybody. I mean, Glenn Jones. I can just keep going. Mickey Howard, George Clinton, Kim Burrell. It's Gerald Albright. It just keeps going.
So now, if somebody wanted to go online and look you up, and
Yeah,
to
just
see
type
all
in
the
Chris Big Dog Davis.
And so is there a list out there of all the artists that you've worked with and, music that?
Well, that's in the discography, those type of things, Wikipedia. They have those type of things like that.
Okay.
All the information is on the internet of everybody.
Because I was thinking, as you were talking, I'm thinking, I've heard you before. I've had to hear you before, with you working with so many different people and producing and all the music that you've been involved with. I've had to hear you, playing before. And so, but I didn't know you as an artist,
Yeah, because like I said, I'm an introvert. I'm like, I draw the line. I know when to come out. It's just like the Steven Spielberg. We never knew what he was doing until certain things where you have to come out. That's why I'm coming out just a little more. I'm doing a couple shows. I got a couple shows coming up. You know what I mean? So where people can actually see me.
So now talk about the CDs that you have out. So there's the one current one that you have out called White Christmas in Connecticut.
White Christmas. Yes, I have White Christmas is my new Christmas record that's out. I did one in 2016 that was called Christmas in Connecticut.
Okay.
That was like volume 1. So there's 2 out there. The 2016, which is Christmas in Connecticut.
Okay.
And to 2022 is White Christmas in Connecticut. So they're different. The one in 2016 is more R&B, more I was reaching with the kids. I was experimenting with rap and gospel, the choirs I use. On White Christmas in Connecticut, this is more traditional.
Okay.
More my vibe, kind of smooth jazz type of things like that. And on both, I use artists from Connecticut. That's been my thing there, my ritual.
And so you have songs that have featured artists, like I know that Barbara Fowler and Timmy Maya.
Yeah, like I said, artists from Connecticut named Marty Q. Matter of fact, on December 17th, we're doing a release party at the Stetson Library in New Haven
Oh,
from
nice.
3 to 5, and
Okay.
we're gonna have all the artists there, and we got some of the kids, 3D Academy that's going to be there, and some different artists. Guy named Joe Kinsey,
Hmm.
incredible vocalist, male vocalist, and so yeah, it's going to be fun.
And so now, the artist that you're featuring on White Christmas in Connecticut, uh, when I was listening, I told you earlier that I was listening to the full CD, and I couldn't decide which song I liked best. I mean, there are some fantastic songs on there. And
But
so
thank you. Yeah.
on that CD, which one did you have the most connection with? You know, that you had to have this song on your CD. Is there a particular song that you felt that way?
Well, they all my babies now.
Oh,
You know, those my children. Oh God, we dress them up and make sure they go out. That record was done 2 years ago. I did Focus in the same year that I did this Christmas record.
mhm.
The reason why it came out 2 years later because the COVID and everything was going on. And matter of fact, I had just had my last round of chemo when I started
Oh, nice.
White Christmas in Connecticut. Yeah,
Really?
and yeah, I wrote Focus on cancer. I was going through cancer, and I wrote Focus because I thought, all right, this is my last hurrah, so I wanted to kind of leave something
Wow.
there. Yeah, so I did the Focus record, and then right after that, my last chemo I started on the Christmas record. That's
Wow.
how I came up with the White Christmas in Connecticut.
And so it took you how long to put White Christmas in Connecticut together?
2 months. I be
No
going in.
way.
Yeah, like I said, I started Focus. I was in the hospital from January to March, fighting for my life.
Wow.
Once I got out of there, I started on Focus.
Wow.
I started writing Focus like in March. I finished it up like in April. That was all during chemo. But I worked on that record Focus. And then right after that, I went right to the Christmas. I wanted to be joyful. So during July, Barbara would tell you, I would have them come over and I was just doing Christmas music. It's like beautiful. I felt good. I'm going to live. So that's where the White Christmas in Connecticut started coming up.
That's amazing. You know,
Yeah, it's a true story, as they say.
and so the was it the music helped motivate you towards the healing, do you think?
Music is my life. It's everything. It's my seeds. It's my depth. It's my love. It's a whole lot, man, to
And
me.
this is all current, right?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes.
You look
Yep.
fantastic. And I, something in something about the music, now that I'm hearing the story around it, you can feel it in the music,
Oh
because
yeah.
I connected it, I was listening to it, and I'm like, these are some fantastic songs. And as I mentioned to you, I ended up putting all the songs
All
in
of
my
them.
system in rotation. I couldn't make a
I've
decision.
been hearing that the last song, Christmas Present, is
Mhm.
everyone's favorite. That's when everyone been going to that. So I
Well,
don't care
I
which one
encourage
just
everybody.
whatever one they love, that's fine with me. No problem.
And I don't know if you can see it, but here's
Yes.
the actual CD. I haven't opened this one yet. I
Oh
want to
no?
wait until I get a chance to meet you and have you sign it.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
goal.
Absolutely. All right, that's fine.
And so now, Chris, you also have a number one song out that you produced. So do you want to, talk about that and how that came about?
Yes, that is another. I penned another number one, so I have 19 number one
Wow, I was going
hits
to
out
ask you
there.
how many number one.
19
Wow.
songs that I have co-wrote, mixed, engineered, whatever the whole. It's 19 of them now, and Lament is the newest one. He's a young kid, 23 years old from New Orleans.
Okay.
I never met him. Most of the artists that I produce, I don't meet. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's more on internet, and their record company get hold of me. Like, when you're looking for a hit, you got to call Big Dog. Big Dog got the hits, man.
That's
So
awesome.
I sent him this song, and he played well on it from Trippin' Records. So we're very happy. And as we speak, it's like 4 weeks in a row. And
Wow.
between you and me, I don't know. I'll know. I'll know tomorrow if it'll be 5 weeks in a row.
Oh, boy.
That would be. I'm just happy with the four. I'll take the four. It's perfect.
Well, I'm going to say my prayers for the fifth week.
Yeah, if that goes number five, oh wow, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Because I just
Jesus.
had the opportunity to hear it, and I think that's another fantastic song.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
that funk. I went in that James Brown room a little piece,
Mhm.
just make it a little funky. But it's nice. He did a great job. Yeah.
So now that you are, so deep in the industry and you've had all these experiences, you do funk and jazz, gospel,
Gospel,
classical.
classical.
Is there
Yeah.
a favorite style of music that you really like?
I like them all. I also score. I score films.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
working on one right now. It's a documentary. Selena Albright, that's Joe Albright's daughter.
Uh-huh.
Her husband is a director, and they putting a thing together, and I'm scoring that film. And they have, I think, it's Michael Collier, the comedian. He's
Yeah.
the lead actor inside of this. So I love stuff like that, like scoring films and commercials, and all that. So to me, it's all good, but my foundation and always will be is gospel.
Hmm.
That's where I come from.
Is amazing, and as I said earlier, you have an amazing career, amazing history, and there's a lot of music that I want to explore now that I know more about you. And I'm hearing all these songs, and now I want to go back and look and see if I see your name on.
Oh, it's a whole bunch. I mean, I go back all the way back with "Touch Me in the Morning" with Will Downing.
Okay,
Those joints. That's almost like 20 years ago, I think.
right.
It's a whole lot of music, whole lot of music, man.
And so
It's
now
beautiful.
you're at this point now. What are your dreams or goals going forward?
I'm living them now.
Mhm.
I'm in it. I'm like, as we speak, the clouds are all right here. I'm just woo. I'm in the dream, baby, right now. Whatever it does, I'm in
Mhm.
there right now. It's just I wake up every day and thank God I live. Just a very simple life is
Mhm.
wake up, go train, eat, do music. That's
Okay.
my life, and I'm getting to the point where that the other essentials in life is begin to creep in. Meaning, um, take time for yourself,
Right.
enjoy my girls. I have 5 daughters,
Oh wow!
grandkids.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So all of that is beginning to creep in where you can sit back and enjoy those
Mhm.
type of things. So yeah.
So, Chris, one thing about Power Music, our tagline is vibrations and motivations that soothe your soul. And we are very positive. We love being positive and being able to, share things with the community that will make them smile. And so with all the things that you've experienced over your lifetime so far, is there something that you would like to say to people, that right now the depression is very high, mental wellness is a big topic and everything. You've gone through quite a bit. Is there a message that you can share with people to help encourage them to keep moving forward?
Yes, when I'm asked that question, it just brings back the memory for me. And for me, it was music,
Mhm.
music, music, music. And you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong.
Mhm.
Gotta in this society, you gotta be strong. Gotta be. It's important that you be strong. I tell my kids that gotta be strong. Well, somebody talk about me. Gotta be strong, man.
Mhm.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Just be strong. You got to. That's where the vision come in. On most of my posts, I always put at the end vision.
Okay.
When an artist come to me, hey, Big Dog, what do you think? I want to get this on record, or I want this to be hit. I did. They get so much, and I go, okay, hold on. First, me, I like to get the vision of where I'm going. Just like with White Christmas, I knew I had Christmas in Connecticut out there.
Mhm.
My vision was to do something, same thing, but
Mhm.
this is going to be more of a classic, different music. See, that's the vision of it.
Mhm.
And that's where I like where my music business and marketing ideas come into, because that's having an understanding. That's how you get 19 number ones. It's not how good I play. That's nothing.
Okay.
That's irrelevant. It helps, but that ain't gonna get you number one. You get it's more of the format, understanding the format, understanding the business, how to go inside there, make it happen. They're making a name.
Mhm.
Yep. When they see Big Dog up there, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing that." That's very important. But
That's
that comes with all the stuff that we've been talking about for the last, half hour, whatever. That's how you get there. It's
right.
not easy. No, it's not easy.
And that's important to understand that it's not easy. You
Not
just don't
easy.
give up. Yeah.
No, you gotta keep going.
Even though people like you make it look easy, right?
No, I don't make it look easy. Tough. No, it's tough.
So, everybody, I'm Ronnie Sanders, and I am having a fantastic conversation with Chris Big Dog Davis. And, Chris, I promised that I wasn't going to take up a lot of your time, but I do really, truly appreciate you taking time out to have this conversation with me. And I want to encourage everybody to check out White Christmas in Connecticut. I can guarantee you that you're going to enjoy. And send me a message and let me know which one is your favorite. And every time I hear it when I'm listening to my station, and I'm like, okay, that's another good one. So now, okay, White Christmas are like, okay, this one I have to add to my list.
just
So
thank you so much for your
yeah, I
your
appreciate
support and playing. I appreciate that. So
definitely.
loud.
So, Chris, I'm gonna let you go again. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time, and you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday.
And you too. And thank you so much. And for the radio station, everyone who is there and helping and behind the scenes, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So, everybody, I'm gonna let Chris get back to his family. And I just want to encourage you to check out Power Music Radio. We're at www.powermusicmusic.com. And also on Facebook and Instagram, we're at the PMR Crew. And crew is spelled with a K, Krew. Two unique spellings for a unique radio station. At least we're trying to be. So encourage you to go out and listen, and just make sure you check out Chris's current CD, White Christmas in Connecticut. Chris, thank you so much, and we will talk again soon.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.